What's up, Agents Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 build video. In today's video, I'm going to showcase my best shotgun build for PvP. With this build, we have got 1.7 million armor, and we have extremely high critical hit damage, which means we can two-shot someone with 1.9 million armor, and that's with no expertise on the gun. So if you expertise and level up, you will be able to one-tap people with this build, which is amazing considering how much armor we actually have. I really do believe shotgun builds are really strong right now, especially on console, so I wanted to showcase this build to you guys. So I will quickly give a brief summary of it, then you can watch some gameplay, and then after the gameplay, we'll come back to go through the build in detail. I will give you the full description. So with shotgun builds, we don't have to face trade because face trading right now is difficult as there's so much damage in the game. You shoot, move around, shoot, move around. It's extremely powerful. With this build, if you can hit all your shots, if each pellet crits, it's insane damage. Now, with this setup, I wanted to talk about this backpack because the perfectly opportunistic talent is a lot better than the normal one. I've got a Badger Tough bag with the same one-piece bonus as this with a normal opportunistic. When we come back, I will go through it and I will be able to showcase it to you guys why perfectly opportunistic does a lot more damage and is extremely powerful, a lot more damage per pellet. This is the key to getting all this damage that I have, and you guys will see from the gameplay, once you shoot someone with the linked laser pointer with flatline on the M870, we can dish out huge amounts of damage on initial shot. And then after that initial first hit, because they've been marked by opportunistic, the second shot is what gets them, which makes this build so strong. And the great way to play is to actually sneak a shot in before you push a player. You'll see in the gameplay I try and do that, but I try not to do that all the time. Try to get a fair game to showcase the build properly. So we do have Unbreakable. We've got some multiplicative elements, Coyote's Mask, quite simple, but the backpack and the shotgun with flatline is the key to all that damage with the specialization technician with the linked laser pointer. So enjoy the gameplay, guys. When we get back, we will go through the build in full detail.
Rogue explosive seeker mine. Seeker mine detected. Extraction called for. Rogue Stinger Hive detected. Helo is on site. Extraction called for. Stinger Hive Extraction helo. Almost within range.
Hopefully you guys did enjoy the gameplay. So with the specialization, just go for technician, make sure the linked laser pointer is activated, and then make sure you guys have got shotgun damage and assault rifle damage. Then when we use this build, it's up to you how much armor you have. Obviously, the more reds you put on, the more damage you're going to do. But as you know, you get melted pretty easy. And with the shotgun build, you want to press. You want to push somebody and get close. And the closer, the better. The great thing about this setup is we don't need pulse res or hazard protection, because in general, when you get up close to someone, they don't have time to use skills most of the time. They, if they've got, for example, a pulse build with spotter chest piece, you will be able to 1 to 2 shot them anyway. So the current metas in the game don't pose too much of a problem when you use this and you get up close to someone. It's just getting up close that is tricky. That's why I've got the booster hive to mitigate skills or status effects once I get hit by like a flame skill, or I get hit by a bleed skill, which puts me on the bleed or puts me on fire. This allows me to take it off and cleanse myself of status effects. Then the decoy allows me to push those high damage players to one-tap them. With this setup, we're going to be using 1.7 million armor, which I think is the right balance. The Coyote mask makes a big difference. Now you can use a Gruppo to give yourself more, well, not more crit. It's going to be pretty similar. It will be less, but you will have more armor. But I found that 1 red is quite a good sweet spot. It's up to you though. You need to test for yourself. It's dependent on how you play. The M870 is really good. The Super 90 also works well, but let me tell you guys something right now. This flatline talent on shotguns is immense. The first initial shot you shoot, because of the linked laser pointer, gives you all of the damage. It's crazy. You can absolutely melt players. Even if they've got pulse res, switch to Optimist if you know they have got pulse res, but this will still 2-shot someone. Pretty much almost any armor in the game. Now, it depends on how many of your pellets actually crit. That is the thing. That's why sometimes it might take you 3 to 4 shots. If your reticle isn't completely all over the player, then some of your shots will miss, some of your pellets will miss, or some of your pellets won't crit. That's why sometimes it's tricky to one-shot. Obviously, headshot damage is in that equation as well. So just keep that in mind. So with this gun, I wanted to go for crit chance, actually reload speed, and the linked laser pointer. Reload speed is quite important with a build like this, or using a weapon like this. You can use a shotgun as your secondary. I've gone for the FAMAS with the Optimist talent as usual, damage 2 targets out of cover. Then the Orbit pistol for more crit damage and crit chance. So with this setup, currently, we have got quite a lot of crit damage. As you guys can see, 59% crit chance, 56 is enough, but with shotguns, it's per pellet, the crit. So you need multiple pellets to actually crit. That's what makes shotguns so unique. That's why I always recommend to go for as high crit chance as you can. 125 plus another 25 from the mask, 17% armor damage, and damage 2 targets out of cover with a 30% reload speed boost. You guys can see where I'm coming from. This build absolutely slaps, even though we're tanky. So we have got the Coyote's mask. If you guys didn't know how it works, the main reason for this is 0 to 10 meters, we get 25% crit damage. So the actual Gruppo would only give us 15%. This is 25, a lot more crit damage. It's really good. It does come rolled with a red though. Crit damage, crit chance with a 12% crit damage modification. The chest piece, baseline Badger Tough increase in damage. And this is the perfectly unbreakable chest piece, the 0 Fs. I recommend to use this. It's perfect. Shotgun damage, so when we're not critting, we also do damage, and it raises the crit damage anyway. So we have got armor, crit damage, crit chance with the crit damage modification. Perfectly unbreakable, pretty good. In PvP, just to clear this up, it's not what that is, it's 55%. Whereas if we look, for example, at the normal unbreakable, which I should have plenty of those chest pieces to be honest. The normal unbreakable is 50%. This is 55, and if you can see the 55% with a 55-second cooldown, this is a 60-second cooldown with a 50%. So you can see it is quite good. So make sure you guys try and get this and utilize it. Then we have got the Cheska for that increase in crit chance, vital, crit damage, and crit chance. Then we have also got the multiplicative elements, gloves, contractors, damaged armor. Probably one of the best in slot for this build. We need to try and get the agent's armor down as quick as possible with crit chance rolled on this. The LMG damage doesn't help us too much, unfortunately. Same as the Fox's Prayer with the rifle damage. We get the armor, damage 2 targets out of cover, multiplicative, same as the gloves with crit chance rolled. You guys know the drill. Then with the backpack, let's do a comparison quick and show you why this is so powerful. So with this, I know there are other ways to get different amounts of damage. So with in a team, this is very powerful because as soon as you mark someone with perfectly opportunistic, they will receive 15% more damage from all sources for 5 seconds. Now, when you look at the normal opportunistic, you might be thinking to yourself, well, when we take a look at it, we look at the normal opportunistic and the wording is slightly different. So I've got one here on my badger. So let's take a look. Enemies you hit take 15% damage. Then we look at the normal one. It's enemies you hit with shotguns, marksman rifles amplifies the damage they take by 10% from all sources. The way that this works is tricky to calculate, but from my testing, the setup does more damage, and I will be able to showcase this to you guys right now. So you're probably thinking to yourself, why not just use a Grupo backpack with this talent? Well, the reason for that is because currently in the game, having as much armor as you can is really good, and I recommend you guys give it a try. But it's up to you. You can use a Grupo backpack with opportunistic, but the extra 5% armor is very nice. It's very powerful. So, you know, you could even go for a Badger backpack, and then you could go for Uzina, and then you could also use a Kilo Guard knee pad to go full tank. But it's up to you. I found that this to be the best combination. The perfect talent gives us that extra damage. And, you know, the nice thing about that is it's not just crit damage. It's non-situational, so it's the non-crits that will be doing damage as well. That's why I do believe this backpack is really, really powerful, whereas something like a Grupo, you know, with the less damage from opportunistic overall, and it's just an increase in crit damage, and we're going to be squishier. So especially with the shotgun build, we need to get up close. That's why I've gone for this bag. So it's up to you what you want to be using. Let's take a look now. So we can compare the damage. So you guys have seen what my crit chance and crit damage looks like. So with this, we have got currently on the build 125% crit damage. We're going to test this, and I will actually give the other build 1% more crit damage just to prove my point. So let's take a look. So he's pulsed. He's got the buff. So that's 645k damage. So let's now quickly do another test to make sure that makes sense. 645. What we're going to do now is simply change it over. So remember, we have got currently 125% crit damage. I should have already got a lower crit damage mod because the rolls are much better on this bag. Sorry, my backpack doesn't roll the best. We also get the 5% total armor, so it doesn't change the outcome there. It's also a blue. Now we should have 126. So this is 1% more crit damage. And with the non-named version of the backpack, with the non-perfect backpack talent. Let's take a look now. So it was the damage that we were receiving before was 645k. Let's see what we can get now. Pulse. That is 618k. So as you guys can see, that is a significant, that is significantly less than with the perfect talent. Yeah, 618. That's a huge difference. That's why this is going to be really good. And remember, this is to all sources. So if you use your assault rifle, or if you go, well, actually, let me quickly demonstrate that. So this talent is really nice because if you use a bleed hive, if you use a seeker mine, as soon as you mark a player, let me quickly show you. So currently we're critting for 230. Okay, this is Optimist. So let's just reload. We need to try to get the first bullet so that I can perfectly show this for you guys. So 229. When we swap here and we mark the player, let's see now. Let's reload. 252. That is a huge difference. 229 to 252. And that applies to all damage skills, any element. And also it gives it to your teammates. This shotgun build absolutely blew me away. And I couldn't believe how much damage we can do while surviving long fights. Make sure you guys do give this build a try and let me know in the comments down below how you fare with it. You know, does it suit the way that you play? Does it help you in the dark zone? I'm interested. Even in conflict, it does really, really well. Just be wary that you're going to have to try and approach players a bit more cautiously, but with a decoy, you can do that no problem. Speaking of the skills, let's take a look. So make sure with the decoy or whatever skill you use, the decoy, we want duration and health. Also with the hive, the booster hive, we have got health, efficiency, and I'm not sure what you can use there. Stim charges are probably better, or range. It's up to you what modifications you have. Pause the video if you want to see any of the other stats, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe, guys. I'll see you very soon in the next video. Peace out.